the message that lit the fuse. Quavo didn't need a full interview, a music video, or a press run to shake the internet. All it took was one message, one name, and one sentence that sounded way too serious to ignore. The moment Pooh Shiesty's name appeared next to Quavo's words, the whole rap world stopped scrolling. Because this wasn't just another rapper throwing shade online. This was tied to leaked footage, court talk, old loyalty, street reputation, and Gucci Mane's name sitting right in the middle of it all. The post that started spreading in early July of 2026 had people reading it over and over. It looked like Quavo was calling Pooh Shiesty out directly, and the phrase that caught everybody's attention sounded like a warning more than a joke. Fans immediately connected it to Gucci Mane, 1017, and the leaked studio video that had already turned social media into a courtroom. That footage showed a tense moment connected to Gucci Mane being told he was dropped. The short lines from the clip kept getting replayed everywhere, and people were treating it like the missing piece to a much bigger story. Then the rumors got even heavier when the conversation shifted toward a robbery case, federal paperwork, and claims that Pooh Shiesty had been identified in connection with what happened. Now, nothing spreads faster than rap drama when loyalty is involved. And in this case, loyalty was the whole question. Was Quavo really defending Gucci Mane? Was he warning Pooh Shiesty? Was the post even truly from him? Or did the internet grab one screenshot and turn it into a full-blown war before anybody could explain? That's what made this situation so dangerous. Nobody had all the answers, but everybody had an opinion. Some fans said Quavo was standing 10 toes down for Gucci. Others said he should stay away from a situation that already had legal heat attached to it. And another group believed the whole thing might be misread, hacked, exaggerated, or pushed by pages trying to go viral. But one thing was clear. Once Quavo's name entered the story, this stopped being just about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. It became a bigger conversation about respect, betrayal, silence, and what happens when rap politics spill into the public timeline. So the real question is simple. Did Quavo just expose where he stands, or did the internet turn one message into something bigger than it was ever supposed to be? Comment where you're watching from right now. If you think Quavo was really sending a warning, press 1 the comments. If you think the internet is reaching, press 2, and make sure you subscribe, because this story is only getting deeper from here. The clip nobody could ignore. The first thing that made this story explode wasn't even a long video. It was short, raw, confusing, and just clear enough to make people start guessing. That leaked studio clip had the kind of energy that instantly makes the internet freeze. Gucci Mane's name was involved. The mood felt tense, and the message sounded bigger than music. People kept replaying the same few seconds like they were trying to solve a mystery. Every pause, every facial expression, every line became part of the debate. Some fans believed it showed a private business situation finally spilling into public view. Others said the clip was being taken out of context, chopped up, or pushed by people who wanted to create chaos. But the reason it hit so hard is because Gucci Mane isn't just another name in rap. He built 1017 into a brand people associate with talent, risk, loyalty, street credibility, and second chances. When an artist is connected to that world, fans automatically expect a certain code. You don't just make music, you represent a side, a movement, a reputation. That's why Pooh Shiesty's name being dragged into the conversation made everything heavier. He was already one of the biggest breakout names tied to the new generation of 1017. His rise had been fast, loud, and impossible to ignore. When he came into the scene, fans saw him as someone with real momentum, someone Gucci Mane had helped position in front of the world. So when old tension, leaked footage, and rumors of betrayal started mixing together, people didn't treat it like regular gossip. They treated it like a crack in the foundation. Then Quavo's alleged message added another layer. Suddenly, fans weren't just talking about Gucci and Pooh. They were asking why Quavo's name was being connected to it. Was it loyalty? Was it pressure? Was it a reaction to something behind the scenes? Or was the internet moving faster than the truth? The clip didn't answer everything, but it did one thing perfectly. It made people feel like something had been hidden for a long time. And once fans feel like there's a secret, they won't stop digging until somebody explains what really happened. Why Gucci Mane's name changed everything. The moment Gucci Mane's name entered the situation, the conversation became bigger than one rumor. Gucci has always been seen as more than a rapper. To a lot of fans, he's a gatekeeper, a mentor, a survivor, and one of the most important figures in Atlanta rap history. So when people believed he might have been disrespected or blindsided, the reaction was immediate. Gucci's career has been built on transformation. He went from one of the most controversial figures in Southern rap to someone people now view as disciplined, strategic, and focused. That change gave his name a different kind of weight. When he speaks, people listen. When he signs an artist, people pay attention. When a problem appears around him, fans assume there's more going on behind the curtain. That's why the leaked footage created so many reactions. Some viewers felt bad for Gucci, saying no boss should have to hear certain things through a clip or online noise. Others argued that the music business is complicated, and fans shouldn't pretend to know private contracts, personal conversations, or legal realities from a few seconds of video. But the emotional side of the story was stronger than the logical side. People weren't just analyzing business. They were reacting to the idea of loyalty being broken. For years, Gucci Mane had been connected to artists who came from difficult situations and needed a platform. He gave them visibility, branding, and access. But every time one of those relationships ended badly, the internet asked the same question. Is Gucci unlucky with artists, or is the pressure around 1017 too intense for anyone to survive unchanged? Pooh Shiesty became the center of that question, because his story had both success and tension. His music connected fast, his image was powerful, his fan base was loyal. But when legal trouble and rumors started surrounding his name, the story shifted from celebration to concern. That's when Quavo's alleged involvement felt so important. Quavo didn't have to say much. His name alone made people wonder if industry relationships were lining up behind Gucci. And if that was true, Pooh Shiesty wasn't just facing online criticism. He was being discussed in the middle of a much larger rap world judgment. Pooh Shiesty and the price of a fast rise. Pooh Shiesty's rise happened so quickly that a lot of fans still talk about it like a movie. One moment, he was a hungry new voice pushing through the noise. The next, his songs were everywhere. His name was trending, and the energy around him felt unstoppable. He had the voice, the attitude, the sound, and the image that made people believe he was next. But fast success comes with a heavy price. When an artist rises that quickly, every move gets watched, every friendship gets judged, every rumor becomes a headline. And when legal issues or label tensions appear, fans don't always wait for the full story. They pick sides immediately. That's what happened here. Some fans defended Pooh Shiesty without hesitation. They said people were trying to tear him down, while he couldn't fully defend himself in public. They argued that social media loves to turn complicated situations into simple villain stories. To them, Pooh was being used as a target because his name still brings attention. But others were less forgiving. They said when you represent a brand like 1017, and your name is tied to Gucci Mane, the standard changes. They believed loyalty should be clear, communication should be direct, and public embarrassment should never be part of the equation. The hardest part is that both sides believed they were defending the truth. Pooh's supporters saw him as a young artist trapped in a storm. Gucci's supporters saw him as a veteran who had done too much for people to be treated like an afterthought. And then there was Quavo. His alleged message made people feel like the situation had crossed into another level. Because Quavo isn't just a random rapper commenting from the outside. He comes from a group and a legacy where loyalty, family, public perception, and silence have always mattered. Fans know that when someone like Quavo appears connected to a dispute, it usually means the streets of the industry are talking. Pooh Shiesty's rise was fast, but this controversy showed how quickly praise can turn into pressure. In rap, fame can make you bigger overnight, but drama can make the entire world question you just as fast. Quavo's silence spoke loudest. What made Quavo's part in this story so interesting wasn't just what people believed he said. It was what he didn't say afterward. In rap culture, silence can mean 100 different things. It can mean confidence. It can mean strategy. It can mean legal caution. Or it can mean the person is letting the internet burn itself out. After the alleged message started spreading, fans waited for clarification. They wanted a video, a tweet, a denial, anything. But the silence only made the rumors louder. Every hour without a clear explanation gave people more room to build their own version of the story. Some said Quavo was moving smart by not feeding the drama. They believed the public back and forth would only make things messier, especially with legal talk and industry relationships being mentioned. From that point of view, staying quiet wasn't weakness, it was control. Others thought the silence made the message feel more real. They argued that if the post had been completely fake or misunderstood, someone would have shut it down fast. But that's the danger of social media logic. People often treat silence like proof, even when silence can mean nothing at all. Quavo has spent years inside one of the most watched rap stories in modern music. He understands how quickly one word can become a headline. He knows that fans don't just listen to songs anymore. They study posts, body language, captions, old interviews, and who follows who. That kind of attention can turn a small misunderstanding into a full narrative. And this narrative was already emotional. Gucci Mane's reputation was involved. Pooh Shiesty's loyalty was being questioned. 1017's history was being re-examined. Then Quavo's name gave the whole thing a wider spotlight. That's why his silence felt loud. It gave fans no clean ending, no easy answer, and no clear side to settle on. Instead, it left one uncomfortable question hanging over the whole situation. If there was nothing behind the message, why did it feel like everyone in the industry was watching their words? The internet turned into a courtroom. Once the story hit social media, it stopped being a rap rumor and became a public trial. Fans weren't just reacting, they were investigating. They pulled up old interviews, past lyrics, label history, timelines, comments, and anything else that could help them build a case. That's the world artists live in now. A situation doesn't need an official statement to become huge. It only needs a screenshot, a clip, and enough people willing to connect the dots. And in this case, the dots were everywhere. One side argued that Gucci Mane had been loyal to too many artists who later brought stress back to his name. They said Gucci gave opportunities, opened doors, and put people in position, only for drama to return again and again. To them, this situation was another example of a veteran being pulled into problems he didn't need. The other side pushed back hard. They said fans were acting like they knew private relationships when they really only had fragments. They reminded people that contracts, personal choices, and legal situations are rarely simple. In their view, blaming Pooh Shiesty without full context was unfair and irresponsible. Then came the Quavo debate. Some fans believed his alleged message was a clear signal of support for Gucci. They saw it as a warning that people close to Gucci were not going to let the situation slide. Others thought the internet was forcing Quavo into a story that might not even involve him directly. The wild part is that every theory sounded convincing to somebody. That's how internet drama works. People don't just consume the story, they become part of it. They choose teams, defend their favorite artists, and attack anyone who sees it differently. But while fans were arguing, the bigger issue was being ignored. Nobody really knew what conversations had happened behind closed doors. Nobody knew what was edited, exaggerated, misunderstood, or left out. Yet the reputations of real people were being debated like entertainment. That's when the situation became more than gossip. It became a lesson in how quickly hip-hop narratives can escape the people involved and belong to the internet instead. 1017's complicated legacy. The 1017 label has always carried a powerful image. It represents hunger, raw talent, second chances, and the kind of street-rooted music that fans either love deeply or criticize heavily. Gucci Mane built it into something recognizable, something with its own identity. But that same identity has also made every problem around the label feel larger than normal. When an artist connected to 1017 wins, fans celebrate like Gucci found another star. But when an artist runs into trouble, people immediately connect it back to the label's history. That pattern is one reason this situation gained so much attention. It wasn't just about Pooh Shiesty. It was about what his story represented in a much longer conversation. Some fans say Gucci Mane has an eye for talent that very few people in rap can match. They believe he sees potential before the industry catches on. That's part of why people respect him so much. He doesn't always pick the safest artists. He often picks artists with real energy, real stories, and real fan connection. But risk is part of that formula. The same authenticity that makes an artist exciting can also bring pressure, controversy, and instability. And when things go wrong, the public doesn't separate the artist from the person who gave them a platform. That's why the leaked clip and Quavo's alleged message hit the way they did. They made people revisit every old conversation about Gucci's role as a mentor. Was he helping artists escape difficult paths? Or was he repeatedly being pulled back into chaos by the same world his label represented? Pooh Shiesty became one of the clearest examples of that tension. His talent was undeniable. His presence was strong. His success proved that Gucci's instincts were still sharp. But the controversy reminded everyone that talent alone doesn't protect a career from consequences, misunderstandings, or public pressure. 1017's legacy is not simple. It is success mixed with struggle, loyalty mixed with distance, and opportunity mixed with risk. And this story showed exactly why that legacy keeps people watching. The business behind the drama. Behind all the emotional reactions, there was another side of the story that fans sometimes forget. The business. Rap may look like pure loyalty from the outside, but behind every label situation are contracts, budgets, percentages, obligations, releases, rights, and expectations that most fans never see. That is why a clip or message can never tell the whole story. An artist may feel trapped, a label may feel disrespected, a manager may see numbers one way, a fan base may see it completely differently. And when legal issues enter the picture, everything becomes even more complicated. Gucci Mane's role as a label boss means he has to think beyond emotion. He has to protect his brand, his investments, and the future of the artist connected to him. That can put him in difficult positions. Being loyal to an artist personally is not always the same as making the best business decision professionally. For Pooh Shiesty, the pressure is different. When an artist becomes successful fast, the expectations around money, control, creative freedom, and respect grow just as fast. Fans may think the path is simple: make hits, stay loyal, keep winning. But the reality is often full of disagreements that never become public until something leaks. That's what made this situation feel so explosive. People weren't only reacting to possible personal tension. They were reacting to the fear that something deeper had gone wrong between artist, mentor, label, and industry allies. Quavo's alleged presence in the conversation made the business angle feel even more intense. Fans wondered whether his words were personal, strategic, or simply protective of a relationship with Gucci. In the music industry, public support can send a message. Even silence can send a message. And when major names appear connected, everyone starts asking who is aligned with who. The truth is, rap drama is rarely just drama. It is usually business, reputation, history, pride, and pressure all crashing together at once. And in this case, the crash was loud enough for the whole internet to hear. What fans still don't know. Even after all the posts, reactions, theories, and heated debates, the most important part of this story is what fans still don't know. They don't know the full context of the leaked clip. They don't know every private conversation between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty. They don't know whether Quavo's alleged message was direct, misunderstood, exaggerated, or connected to something deeper. That uncertainty is exactly why the story keeps growing. When people don't have full answers, they fill in the empty spaces with emotion. Gucci Mane's fans fill it with loyalty. Pooh Shiesty's fans fill it with defense. Quavo's fans fill it with curiosity. Drama pages fill it with speculation. And before long, the original facts are buried under a mountain of reactions. What makes this story different is how many different themes it touches at the same time. It touches loyalty. It touches label politics. It touches legal pressure. It touches reputation. It touches how young artists handle fame. It touches how veterans protect their legacy. And it touches how fast the internet can turn one moment into a full cultural debate. There is also a human side that gets lost. Behind every viral headline are real people with careers, families, pressure, mistakes, and consequences. Fans may see entertainment, but the artists involved have to live with the impact long after the trend dies down. That's why this situation feels like a warning. In today's rap world, nothing stays private for long. A short clip can change the mood around an artist. A single message can make fans question an entire relationship. A rumor can move faster than a correction. And once the public chooses a story, it is hard to make them unsee it. So before anyone claims to know the full truth, it's worth asking, are fans reacting to what really happened, or to the version of the story that social media made the loudest? Because until the people involved speak clearly, the only thing certain is that the mystery is doing more damage than the answers. The real lesson behind the storm. When you step back from the noise, this situation is bigger than Quavo, Pooh Shiesty, and Gucci Mane. It is a reminder of how fragile trust can be in the rap industry. One relationship can take years to build, but one clip, one message, or one public misunderstanding can make the whole world question it overnight. Gucci Mane's position shows the challenge of being both an artist and a boss. He has to support talent, protect his name, and make decisions that are not always easy. Fans may see the fame, but they don't always see the weight that comes with giving people opportunities, managing risk, and carrying a label's reputation. Pooh Shiesty's side shows how dangerous fast fame can become. When an artist blows up quickly, every move matters. The bigger the spotlight gets, the less room there is for confusion. Talent can open the door, but discipline, patience, communication, and strong decision-making are what keep that door from closing. Quavo's alleged connection to the story shows another lesson. powerful names change the temperature of any situation. Even when the facts are not clear, a major artist being mentioned can turn rumors into headlines. That means silence, timing, and public words have to be handled carefully. But the biggest lesson is for the culture itself. Fans have to be careful not to turn every rumor into a final judgment. It is fair to discuss what is public. It is fair to ask questions, but it is dangerous to treat every screenshot like proof and every viral clip like the whole truth. Rap is built on passion, pride, loyalty, and survival. But the culture becomes stronger when people choose wisdom over chaos. Conflicts don't always need to become wars. Misunderstandings don't always need to become permanent damage. And young artists need guidance more than they need public destruction. If there is a peaceful path forward, it starts with clarity, respect, and accountability. Gucci Mane deserves respect for what he built. Pooh Shiesty deserves the space to be discussed fairly, not just through rumors. Quavo deserves not to be turned into the center of a story without clear facts. And fans deserve the truth, not just the loudest version of it. So now the question is yours. If you think loyalty is the biggest issue in this story, comment 1. If you think the internet made it bigger than it needed to be, comment 2. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who follows rap news closely, because every story has layers, and we're here to break them down the right way.